Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. It's currently day 16 on my journey with this sobriety. And yeah, it's been about a week, almost maybe like a week and a half since I uploaded my first video. And there's definitely been some changes in my life. I want to say for sure that there's definitely been a lot more emotions coming out, I want to say. Some good emotions, some bad emotions. I definitely noticed that I do seem to be a bit more irritated at times, and I do get angry pretty easily, and that part's pretty rough sometimes, especially when you're around your loved ones and you're just snapping at them for no reason. You know, that's definitely something that I have to get used to. But you know, after reading like a lot of like posts and stuff like that, you kind of learn that it's kind of just normal, because when you're on this drug, you know, you're kind of like suppressing all these emotions for years and years, especially when you're using every day. And then when you're off of it, it's like, okay, now you're kind of feeling everything, you know, for the first time without it. And not only that, it's just like, I don't know, just after reading all these posts like on Reddit, I have this app called the I Am Sober app, which I'm going to get into later, but just a lot of people say the same things, where it's like even just like the littlest thing will kind of set them off. And that part's been pretty frustrating, because I feel like I tell myself every day, like, try not to get angry, just try to keep it together, and then I still lash out sometimes. So that part's been pretty frustrating at times. But as far as like positive emotions, like it definitely just feels good. Like there's been so many moments, especially during the second week of my sobriety, where it's like I can just feel that I'm in the moment, and that it's just such a different feeling than when I used to be high and just, you know, watching movies with my family, doing, you know, watching TV with my family, doing activities, holidays. You know, this was like the first Christmas where I was probably the most present in like the past 3 years, you know. And that was like my biggest goal when it came to, you know, my sobriety, was just being present with my family, my friends, my loved ones, because I just felt like this drug was just constantly taking that away from me, because I couldn't remember it. I couldn't, you know, it was just so hard at the end of my day to like, did that really happen today? Or it was just so hard to recollect, you know, the day. I really had to like think about it, which is really sad. But yeah, this is like the first Christmas where I feel like I was I feel like I was present. I'm sorry. Choking on my saliva. Anyway, this was like the first Christmas where I was really present, and you know, and like I said, there was times where I would get angry over the most littlest things, but it was so much better than you know, just, I guess, you know, being high and stuff like that, and then having that guilt, and then feeling like you're never gonna get that day back. Because I would always be so hard on myself, like, you know, now this moment's over. Now, because you were high and you weren't sober, now you're never gonna get that back, you know. And it just feels so good that I don't have to worry about that anymore. Like it just feels like a weight that's like off my shoulders, I guess, if that makes sense. And speaking of the I Am Sober app, I definitely recommend, I'm sorry about the loud noise, I definitely recommend this app called I Am Sober. And really, like, it doesn't matter if you're trying to quit cannabis or any kind of addiction or whatever you're going through. They have like pretty much anything you could be addicted to, they have an option for that, and it helps you quit it. And you know, it keeps track in real time of how you're doing and stuff like that. But I think the most amazing part of it is that you can like read community posts, you know, people who are going through the exact same thing as you. And it just makes you feel a lot better. It makes you feel like you're not going through it alone. And that's something that I really struggled with. Was just feeling like I was alone at times, you know? Yeah, it's really cool about how like it keeps track of like your milestones and stuff like that, how you're doing. You know, tomorrow I'm gonna reach day 17, which is pretty huge for me. Like I honestly never thought I'd get this far. So I definitely recommend that app if anyone, you know, is looking to quit anything or just let go of anything. And that app has been like a blessing to me, so I really appreciate that. Another positive is that my appetite has gone a lot better. There's still times where I'm not like the most hungry, and it's kind of taken a while to get that, you know, appetite back. But like, at first it was so hard to eat food, just being off of, you know, the marijuana and stuff like that. I'm sleeping a lot better. You know, I still need to take like melatonin to really knock me out. But like the first few days, like I was just tossing and turning each night, and it was a really big struggle. And now like I sleep like really good. I'm not gonna lie, like I wake up feeling rested, and that's just a huge difference in my life. So that's just been really, you know, nice to see too. But yeah, it's December 27th, I believe. We're just outside again. Like I said, I'm gonna try to be outside as much as possible in my videos, because I really think that's the best way to show like how I'm doing and stuff like that, because obviously, like, I mean, some people when they get high, it unleashes this creative, you know, beast inside of them, and maybe they can do more stuff. But for me, you know, especially like for a while, I don't know. It made me really lazy. It made me really like just passive and just, you know, not ambitious at all, I guess, if that makes sense. And so I just think like being outside, whether it's running, walking around the park like I did in my first video, it doesn't matter what the activity is, as long as I'm outside in the sun. I think that's like just the best way to show, you know, how I'm doing on my journey and stuff like that. So a little bit, I'm about to go for a run. Now I want to tell you right now, I'm not a track star by no means. I'm not a runner by no means, and so don't expect anything crazy, but I know it's good to exercise, you know, and obviously running gives you kind of that natural dopamine, that natural high. So I guess it's also just kind of me showing that I can still achieve that same feeling that I was achieving with the marijuana, you know, naturally. So, but anyways, I know Christmas is pretty much over, but I just hope that everyone had a happy holidays, you know, spending time for your loved ones, your family, your friends. And even if you didn't have anybody to spend it with, you know, you're still an awesome person. You're still amazing. And I just hope you had a great holidays and you were safe out there. And so I know I had a great holidays, probably the best, you know, holidays I've had in a while, you know, because it's like, even though I was probably happy, you know, like the last few years during these Christmases, I wasn't there. I wasn't present, you know. And so now it just feels like a lot better, I guess, to be present, if that makes sense, you know. Sorry if I'm lowering the camera. There's like cars driving past me, and I don't want them to think I'm filming them and trying to get their license plate or whatever, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to keep the camera low, but anyway, yeah, because y'all don't want to see my neck. But yeah, I just, you know, I'm just feeling really encouraged right now. I'm feeling really positive, and I guess I just want to put that energy out there, if that makes sense. So in a little bit, we're going to start this run. I'm going to showcase the beautiful sights I see like I did in the first video, and we're going to continue on this journey. But no matter what, I appreciate each and everyone's support. You know, making this, especially the first video, that was like one of the scariest things I've done in a while, you know, being super vulnerable about that. But I know it can be helpful, because like I said in the first video, maybe I didn't mention it, I really believe that most people don't think marijuana is addictive, or I think a lot of people think that it has to be like a hardcore drug, you know, for it to be like addictive and for it to be taken seriously, when that's not the case at all. So I just know there's a lot of people like me out there, and I just know that, you know, I can help somebody out in some way. So that's why I'm doing these videos. With that being said, I really appreciate each and everyone for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of whatever's going on. And just know that I'm going to keep going no matter what. I'm going to try my best to keep going, and I hope you keep going as well. All right, everyone, have a nice day. Thanks for watching.
Gone for 90 days, back in time, don't waste away. I won't. Where you going, where you go? Dreadful things up in my skull, and I try not to let them lead. On my way inside your beats. Where you going, where you go? Where you going, where you go? Let me down by a landslide. Don't let me down, got my hands high. We fall and I might lost counting these dollars you fought from bedside. No, nothing, I'm poured out one time. Jon Snow on the wrist when I come by. Slow fade to the next, you played me. More brain from the rest like Einstein. Won't faze me, the words I can't find. Upsetter, why build up, hell breaking. Let's face it, gone for 90 days, back in time, don't waste away. I won't. Where you going, where you go? Dreadful things up in my skull, and I try not to let